Hi friends, and welcome to the introduction to the vlog for Love in the Night. So as you guys know, Love in the Night is a paranormal romance centered readathon that me and 5 other amazing humans are hosting together. I will leave links to everybody down below, as well as the initial announcement video either in the cards or down below, so that you have a chance to make sure you're going and following everyone, as that is one of our challenges. And we have 3 action challenges as well as 9 reading prompts. And I'm just really excited that so many people wanted to be part of this. I just thought, I've not seen anybody doing a paranormal romance readathon. You know, would anybody be interested? And a lot of people just jumped on and said yes. And we even had people that we had to turn away because we had so much interest. So we might expand things a little bit next year or switch some things out. Just totally depends on how things go this week. So it's Sunday, November 8th, and I've already read my first book. So the first book that I ended up reading last night because I needed something to read and I was just too excited. So I started at midnight Eastern Standard Time, which is 10 o'clock Mountain Time where I live, and I read Mating the Huntress by Talia Hibbert. I ended up really enjoying this. This is pretty much exactly what I expected this paranormal romance novella to be. I know a lot of people wanted more and more information, but honestly, I felt like I got enough considering how short it was. And, you know, it was very insta-lovey, but that's how Fated Mates usually works. And I just had the best time with this. I gave it 4 stars. There's one word that comes up in, sexual interactions in a lot of Talia Hibbert's writing, which makes me hesitate to give them 5 stars because it just pulls me out of the story so hard. And, yeah. So there's that, but I did really genuinely enjoy it, and I would recommend checking it out if you're interested. So what's up next? I did a little poll on Instagram to see which physical one I should start with, and y'all picked Angel's Blood by Neilani Singh, and this is the first book in the Guild Hunters series. I have not started this series at all, obviously, but I've read the entirety of the Side Changeling except for the most recent one. So I've read all 17, 18 books that I think it's 18 books because I've read all of the Side Changeling and the first 3 in the Side Changeling Trinity series. So this is another series by her that a lot of people actually enjoy better than Side Changeling. So I'm really interested to see where I land and where I feel about it. I believe this is a vampire hunter and a fallen angel kind of situation. I don't know the full specifics. Obviously, I'll tell you more once I actually start reading it. The other thing I would love to get taken care of today is Where Geeks Save Wisconsin. I really just want to start this vlog out with a bang and this readathon out with a bang. And so far so good. I mean, it's a little after 10:30 in the morning. I've showered. I've caught up on some of the YouTube videos that I wanted to watch. And yeah, I was going to film my wrap up, but I think I'm going to wait till tomorrow. I'm just going to let today be focused on reading. I do have a little appointment around 1 o'clock-ish that I need to take care of a few things before that. So it's 10:40. I'm going to get some food in my system, get everything squared away for my meeting at 1, and then maybe sneak a little bit of reading in before. Depends on how long all of that takes. But when I've read something, I will come and I will update you guys. And by the way, thank you all. Anybody who's participating, I'm so grateful because this is new. I've never done one quite on this scale before. Hosting a readathon, and my co-hosts have been amazing and so helpful. Izzy in particular is helping me organize all of my scattered thoughts and making sure that we have all the tools to help you guys have the best readathon. So anyways, let's get some stuff done. Hi friends, quick update. So I'm 40% of the way into Where Geeks Save Wisconsin, and it's actually really fun. I'm really enjoying it. The werewolf lore in this particular world is really interesting. I'm really enjoying that, but it's also gay. I had no idea. So it's a male-male relationship that we're dealing with. So we have Nero, who's been a werewolf for a long time. He's lost his entire team in an accident. He makes a deal with a fae being, and that gives him 49 days to figure out how to kill the creature that had killed his team, and then he gets a do-over. So everything will just kind of reset. And we've got Josh, who has kind of just been floating through life, but he's wicked smart. He's about to finish, I believe it's his doctorate, and he shows up at a con and ends up kidnapped by Nero and his team because he's actually a werewolf, and it's really interesting. I've really been enjoying it. The chemistry between Josh and Nero is great. We've already had some steaminess going on, and I'm thriving on it. It's so good. It's a good time. And so yeah, so far so good. I have not started any of Angel's Blood yet because I've just been enjoying Where Geeks Saves Wisconsin so much. So I'm going to focus on that and try to get that finished today. If I get anything started on Angel's Blood, that's just a bonus and a really good thing. But knowing that Where Geeks Saves Wisconsin is gay, like, that allows me some freedom to change up my TBR a little bit, maybe simplify it a little bit, because 9 books is a lot. And the Black Dagger Brotherhood books are crazy long in this section. And so I might still do those after the readathon and just do a dedicated vlog for those. And then switch those prompts out for other things. So my brain's still clicking and deciding on some things. So don't quote me on anything yet. We're going to see. Woo, sorry. You just went for a ride because I got a cold chill. We're going to see how this goes. I'm going to go get me a snack. And yeah, I'm going to get back to reading. Okay, so I have officially finished Where Geeks Saves Wisconsin, and I thought it was really, really cute. It does get a little science-y, so it may not be for everybody for that reason, but I found it witty and intelligent and a lot of fun. The lore is really interesting, and just the way everything played out was really a lot of fun, and I had the best time. So I strongly recommend picking up this book. I'm definitely interested in continuing. There's kind of a thing that happens at the end that very much leads into book 2, and I'm definitely looking forward to that. And it was a really good time. The way they handled the gay relationship and the sexuality, because in the beginning, Josh is just kind of starting to try that and figure that out, and oh, why did his name just leave me? Nero. But Nero's known for a while, and so just the way that was all handled was really, really well done, in my opinion. So from there, time to move on to Angel's Blood. I'm really excited to give this one a start, and I'm going to get as far as I can in that tonight. Maybe I'll feel like filming in a little bit. I really don't, though. I'm just kind of having a chill day. It's been snowing outside. I don't know if it still is. Oh, here. So, yeah. There's some snow going on out there. Not much yet, but it's still early in the snow season here. But that's kind of my plan. I'm just going to be cozy reading Shay. The whole house feels a lot darker than normal just because, one, it's starting to get a little bit later. It's almost like 5 p.m. now, I think. And, it's been overcast and cloudy with all the snow and stuff, so. Okay, time for an update. So I've got about 50 pages read in the first book in the Guild Hunter novels, Angel's Blood. And color me intrigued. This world is already very interesting because the vampires are made by angels and archangels, which is a really interesting concept that I've never seen done. So I'm really interested to see how this one's going to play out so far. I really like, I think it's Elena. Yeah, Elena. Her character is going to be really interesting to me because she's been a vampire hunter this whole time. And so now she's been hired by hunky Archangel Raphael to hunt down another Archangel. So it's going to, the whole concept is really interesting. And I think the world is just going to be even more interesting from here because we're going to learn more about, obviously, the Archangels and how everything works. Right now we just know the basics because I'm only 50 pages in. But already there are sparks between Raphael and Elena, and I'm here for it. Good paranormal romance, that's what I'm always looking for. So, anyways, yes, so far so good. There might be one more update tonight, but otherwise I will update you in the morning. It depends on how much I get read tonight. Hi friends, so it is now Monday. It's officially day 2. I did get some more reading done in Angel's Blood last night. I'm now 120-ish pages into this. It continues to get interesting. I mean, clearly Raphael's drawn to her because, it's a fated mates kind of situation. At least that's the impression I'm getting right now. And then Elena's obviously fighting that because she's a vampire hunter and she is not accepted by a lot of people. She had something traumatic happen to her. We haven't gotten the full details on that, but she's very like anti all of that. And her sister is potentially going to be converted into a vampire because she's married to a vampire. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, but I am thoroughly enjoying it so far. I just really enjoyed Neilani Singh's writing. Now that I've read more than one series, I know it's the author, not just the one series. And yeah, like that makes me really happy to know, because then now I have another series that I can go and deep dive for a while because I'm out of Side Changeling for a minute. So anyways, things are good. Hope y'all are doing well. Hope day one went well for everybody. As you could see, it snowed in Utah here. Luckily, all the leaves had fallen off the tree. So once it all dries up, I'll probably try to run the mower and suck up all the leaves and stuff. But yeah, that's got to melt off first. So yeah, it's just kind of cold and I just want cozy time here at home. So I'm just going to be cozy and I'm going to read, and that's just kind of my plan for today. All right, so it's been a little while. I've got another 100 pages read in Angel's Blood, and I continue to really enjoy this. We have someone who's trying to become an interloper between Raphael and Elena. Obviously, that's not going to fly because Raphael already was losing his crap at the idea of losing Elena, and they're starting to steam up, and I'm thriving on the fact that they're starting to steam up. And I really look forward to seeing what Neilani Singh does with the rest of this. I think it's going to be a really good time. I'm probably not going to check in again until I finish because I've got another 100 pages and then I should be done with this one. And then after that, I need to get my buddy read pages in Season of the Wolf done. And then from there, I think I want to jump into A Hunger Like No Other. I just keep hearing people talk about the series, and it sounds just so right up my alley that it's not even funny. So I think what I'm going to do is the goal for today, finish this, read the buddy pages in this, and start this. I know I just held them all upside down. I'm sorry. But that's going to be the goal. So when I finish Angel's Blood, we'll chat. All right, so I've definitely got an update for you. So I did start my buddy read of Season of the Wolf with Lindsay. This is book 4 in the series. We've been buddy reading the entire series, and the lore in this world is really interesting. I mean, it does take place in modern times, but the shifter lore is really interesting because you have werewolf type shifters that they call shifters, and then you have more like wolves that they just call wild, where they spend most of their time in wolf form, but they can take human form. So it's really interesting. And in this one, we're following the new alpha of the pack. There's some things in the past. The previous alpha was taken out, and Evie is now the alpha. Yes, a female alpha. We love to see it. And then we have Constantine, who's on the other side of the fight for a long time, and now he's kind of wrapped up in pack politics now because of what's been going on. And there's a little lost one in the middle named Magnus, and that's the whole plot with him is really interesting as well. So really still loving this series. It's a very unique shifter, so if you're looking for something a little outside the norm of shifters, I would definitely look into this series because it's just been really interesting. Each book has felt very different from the other, just all taking place in the same world. So it's been great. I've really been thoroughly enjoying that. But I did finish Angel's Blood. Now, this book was a trip towards the end, but man, I had a great time. And the resolution was really interesting, and that opens up all sorts of gates for how Neilani Singh can take the rest of this series. Solid 4. Absolutely adored it. Perfect first book. And I'm really looking forward to exploring more of this series in future. I think it's 13 books deep right now. I'm not 100% sure. I want to say it's 13. I can't remember. I know it's over 10, but I don't think it's quite hit 15. So anyways, but yes, definitely loved it. Raphael really grew on me. I wasn't sure about him in the beginning, but he really grew on me. And Elena softened over time, and I appreciated that in her character. So yes, definitely loved this. Glad I finished this. Glad I got this started. And now the time has come for me to start the Immortals After Dark series. This is one I've had on my shelf for a little while. I've heard so many people talking about it, and it is just time that I finally pick up this book and learn what everybody is talking about. So this is the next option, and I'm really excited to dive in. I'm going to read a little bit longer. My friend Dylan's doing a reading live stream, so it's just kind of helping me focus on my reading a little bit more. So I'm going to dive into this, and I do need to go down and cook dinner in about an hour. So yeah, so I'm going to read for a little bit and then do dinner. And once I've got something to say about this, I will check in with you. All right, friends, it's time for a check-in. It is now late evening. Dinner has happened. I've gotten almost 60 pages in to A Hunger Like No Other. And I understand why I was warned before going into this book. So the beginning of this book has very dubious non-con, and it is not okay. And even the character knows it's not okay. So it's one of those things where, you know, at least the character is not justifying his behavior away. He knows he was a brute. He's trying to make it better. But what he didn't know is that she already had previous traumas in that department, so it just amplifies the situation. So I'm glad I was warned. So yes, dubious consent, non-consent going on in the first part of this book. I don't know how that's going to continue throughout the rest of the book. I know that throughout the rest of the series, this isn't nearly, like, it's not like that from what I've been told. And I don't think the series would be as well loved if that was happening outside of this first book, because I was warned about this. So yes, but the characters that we're getting, I'm really interested in. I want to know why he was held captive for so many years. So, you know, he's just come out of captivity. He's totally a brute, and he stumbles across his mate, and he's not nice. Kind of a situation, because he doesn't expect his mate to be part vampire. Like, he just doesn't expect it. And yes, so I don't think she's full vampire, if I understood correctly. Like, she's half or something. But, you know, she still burns in the sun, things like that. So it's really, I'm interested and intrigued at this point. Depending on how much more I get read tonight. I may not check in again until tomorrow morning. But, you know, the night's still relatively early. It's like somewhere between 8:30 and 9 right now. So I'm going to read for a good little while more and put my glasses back on and all that kind of stuff. But I just took a bath, and that's why I'm all like cozied down for the night. So I'm going to keep going. But yeah, I like the writing. I like Chris Cole's writing a lot. So I do think this is going to be a series I'm going to enjoy. And I've heard I will most likely like this book the least out of all of them. So as long as I find enjoyment in this, I think I'll be good and continue on with the series. But if I end up like hating it, which I don't think will happen, then I wouldn't continue. But as of right now, I'm planning on continuing this series. And I know it's a booktube darling. Like, this could pass for so many different prompts. It's not even funny. I was thinking about it. If you read like 2 books in this series, or if you've already read this first book, if you read the second book, I think it counts for like 6 of the challenges, because it's a shifter and a vampire romance. So you've got those 2 down. And then if you read a sequel, and then it's a booktube darling, and it was also a host pick. So yeah, it covers like 5 of them. This would cover like so many of them. Oh, I don't remember. Oh yeah, Chris Cole's white. That won't work. So yeah, anyways. But yeah, it'll count for like 5 of the challenges. So yeah, that's insane. Anyways, I'm going to get to reading. I hope y'all are having a good readathon, or had a good readathon whenever you're seeing this. Hi friends, good morning. It is day 3 of Love in the Night. I am halfway through A Hunger Like No Other now. I'm nearing 200 pages in, and I have thoughts. So I just feel like there's a lot to still find out. I mean, we've now found out that Emmeline is half Valkyrie, half vampire. And so the Valkyries have been hiding her from the vampires. She's being hunted by vampires right now. And he now has her home and really wants to keep her. But her family's like, you have to protect her. We're not okay with this. She should come home to us. And yeah, so it's a thing. It's a moment. It's a mood. And I'm actually enjoying it. Like I said, I was warned about the dubious non-con before I jumped into this book, and you definitely have to be prepared for that. And something sexually traumatic has happened to her at some point, and it involved a vampire. Or no, that was the other book on that. But like something sexually traumatic has happened to her. And so he continues to push her in that direction. She's like, no, it's going to hurt. I'm not okay with this. And yeah, so I'm really interested to see how this is going to go. And again, we are dealing with a very alpha male kind of situation. He's a werewolf shifter. He's a wolf shifter. Like he's a werewolf, actually. And the werewolf lore is really interesting, and how they look as werewolves is really interesting. Very unique. I've not seen that before, so I really like the take on that. And I'm trying to think what else I wanted to say. Lachlan, has spent 200 years oppressed, so obviously he's not going to act like a modern dude. So I think people expecting him to act like a modern dude is asking a little much of his character. But he's adapting, he's learning, he's being as patient with her as he feels like he can. He's holding himself back sexually with her, and as much as he can. I mean, he's got a beast that's trying to get out and take her over, and so he tries to keep it reined in. So that whole, like, he's trying to keep himself contained part. There's a lot to like, but there are things that aren't quite working for me at this moment, but I do think it's just a lack of information is why it's not working. So I'm hoping we get some answers in the next portion of the book so that I fully understand the whole situation. Basically, if I understand why she's so hesitant, other than something has happened to her, if I know what and why she thinks all sexual interactions are going to hurt, then I can better understand her, like, fears and, understand that. Because she's even afraid to, like, have her own climax. And so I'm really, like, frustrated by that. And I don't understand why she's holding back on her own pleasure, let alone, allowing anybody else to do that. So I just want the information. It's the lack of information that's frustrating right now. But again, this is the first book. I've heard that after this first book, things start to get really good. So, sorry, I keep yawning this morning. So I think it's a first book problem, not a series problem. But I am enjoying Kresley Cole's writing. That makes the book easier to get through. And so, yeah, once I've read some more, I'll come back. Okay, time for an update. So I got my buddy read pages done in Season of the Wolf. I'm still really enjoying this so far. This one's a little more, like, sad and, like, tender gut-wrenching than the others have been to me. There's a young one involved in this one, kind of how the two people in the main couple end up interacting is through him, and it's really interesting. And I just have really been enjoying my time with this series. If you have not tried this series, it's a great shifter series, very unique, and I just really enjoy it. I am now also, I've got about 100 pages left in A Hunger Like No Other, and the claiming has happened. The journey to the claiming has been interesting. and full of a lot of whiplash, in my opinion. It was definitely like a yes and no kind of thing. Now that the claiming has happened, it all seems to have clicked for Emma, even though she was fighting it for so long. And so now it's just really interesting to me to see how things are going to go from here. Because clearly we've still got things to deal with. And, you know, this is a big series. So I know this is like an establishing book in the series because it's a lot of people say it's book 2, but it's a true book 1, and the other's more like a 0.5 from what I've heard. So that's the order I'm kind of reading it in. And so far I've been really enjoying it. I've got the live read-in starting in like an hour and a half. So I'm going to get a little more reading done before I do that. And then I'm also going to just take care of a couple things and put on a little bit of makeup so I don't look like a hobo, and it's going to be great. I'm really excited for tonight. It's going to be really good. I've got friends on the stream, so it's going to be great. And yeah, so unless I end up finishing this before the live stream, you probably won't hear from me before that. So yeah, anyways, and then once I finish with this, the next physical book I'm going to pick up is Dark Fever by Karen Marie Moning. Tomorrow I'm going to focus on Barista and the Bear because it's my only work day this week. So I figured I would save that one for my work day, so I'm at least finishing something tomorrow. And then after that, it's Black Dagger Brotherhood, and if I get those finished in time, then I have a couple of Harlequin Nocturne bind-ups I'd love to get through. So if I'm feeling well ahead and can leave, if I think I can do the Black Dagger Brotherhoods one a day, I don't think I can do them quite that fast. I tend to take like a day and a half to 2 days for each of those. So that's why I want to get the other ones out of the way first. Because if I don't end up doing both of the Black Dagger Brotherhoods, then it ends up, I would miss a prompt. Then again, those prompts have kind of been covered by other things. So I may just read the bind-ups and then do the Black Dagger Brotherhoods after the readathon and just do that as an episode for the readathon. I don't know. We're going to see how things go. I'm just playing it by ear today. And yeah, so I'm going to take care of some things and I will chat with you guys when I have more to say. Okay, time for an update. The live read-in is finished and I ended up finishing A Hunger Like No Other on the stream. I enjoyed this. I'm going to give it either a 3.5 or a 4-star. I haven't officially settled yet. I'm still thinking on it. The dubious consent stuff bothers me enough that I can't really give it more than a 4. And I just got to decide where I'm officially settling with it. So all in all, I did like this. And I really am excited to see how this world develops, how these characters grow. We clearly have other pairings that are going on right now. And I'm definitely looking forward to continuing. The world is intriguing and interesting enough that I'm definitely invested. So yes, definitely excited to see where the Immortals After Dark series takes me. So up next on my list is Dark Fever by Karen Marie Moning. So we're going to go from all of the shifter stuff to a Fae story. I haven't read like a Fae urban fantasy in quite a while. So I'm really excited to see where this one takes me. This is my BookTube darling pick. So it's going to be an adventure. I'm really excited to dive in. Not sure how much I'm going to check in tonight. My brain's feeling a little scattered, so I don't know how focused I'm going to be on reading. I might just veg out and watch some TV. I'm not 100% sure yet. But I am going to try to get going in this. And then tomorrow is my only work day, so I'm going to work on Barista and the Bear at work. Because 1, it's short, and 2, I just really think that I can get it I should be able to finish that tomorrow. And if I get a good start on this, possibly this tomorrow as well. So we're going to see how things go. But the goal for tonight is to get as far as my brain will allow me to in Dark Fever. And then tomorrow, finishing Barista and the Bear. And hopefully finishing this. Hi. So I'm about to head out to work. If I film anything at work, it'll be on my phone. So the quality might be different. So I'm sorry about that. So let's talk about what I hope to get read today. So I need to read my 50 pages in Season of the Wolf with Lindsay. She's already read it for today. Then I would love to get more into Dark Fever today if I can. If I can get this finished, that's ideal. But the biggest thing I want to get done today is I want to get Barista and the Bear read. This is my Kindle pouch and my Kindle's in here. So this is going to be the main focus while I'm at work, because I can always do this as soon as I get home, and then whatever else I get done in this is great. So the biggest focus for today is Barista and the Bear. So it's so short, I probably won't check in like in the middle of Barista and the Bear, but I'll tell you my thoughts once I finish, of course. So that's kind of the plan. I'm going to throw on my shoes and get out the door to get to work. And yeah, hello. So I am actually home from work. Didn't end up filming any clips at work because I didn't have as much time to read as I originally thought. But I have read some since I got home, so I figure we should chat. So I haven't really talked too much about what I've read so far in Dark Fever by Karen Marie Moning. I'm almost 200 pages in, so I'm pretty sure I can get this done tonight. And it's fine. It's fine. There's nothing exactly wrong with it. I'm not really connecting with this one very well. So I don't know. I mean, there's not really anything wrong with it. It's fine. It's fun. But this is like a 3.5 star right now. Like, I'm not loving it like I was hoping to. So we'll see what happens. I did also do the buddy read pages in Season of the Wolf by Maria Vale. Things are starting to advance towards the romance. This is the slowest we've gotten into the romance so far. But considering the circumstances and that she's an alpha, which is also great, I'm really enjoying that aspect of this particular book. So that's been good. We've got 2 more days worth of reading after this. And then I did finish Barista and the Bear. And like, some people have been saying they haven't been enjoying it. But man, I had a good time with it. I gave it a solid 4. It was a lot of fun. It was exactly what I expected out of a bear shifter novella. And I even got a little more world building than I was initially anticipating. So I'm probably going to pick up the other 2 in the series. Like, I just think it's cute. I think it's fun. And that's all I expected it to be. I didn't expect it to be amazing. I didn't expect it to blow my mind. But man, I had a great time with it. And I think it deserves 4 stars. So I'm giving it 4 stars. That's just how I feel about that. I thought the way that the fated mates worked was really sweet, and they definitely, in the epilogue, set up book 2, and book 2, I think, will be also interesting. Like, I'm just excited. It's gonna be fun. And I love that she found out she's not just human. That's all I'll say about that, and that just made it all the more fun. So Tamika is going to be doing some sprints here starting at the top of the hour, and I'm going to join her. So until then, I'm just going to keep going on Dark Fever and see if my opinion changes by the end, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to get that finished tonight. But, like, I don't know. I think because it's older, like, it feels dated. Like, there's so much about it that feels dated that I'm struggling. And I think that's why my connection isn't really happening. Even though some of the same things were happening in A Hunger Like No Other and they didn't bother me. So, I don't know. It might just be Karen Marie Moning's writing. I can't figure it out yet. So I'm going to keep going. Hopefully get that finished tonight. And then we'll wrap up this vlog. And then the Black Dagger Brotherhood stuff will come after. So I think that's going to be the plan. So when I've got more to say, I'll let you know. Okay, friends, so I have officially finished Dark Fever by Karen Marie Moning. I'm giving this 3.5 stars. I think it's a good intro to a series, and I really look forward to where the series is going to go. I will probably continue, but I think I'm going to try checking it out from the library just in case. Basically, the best thing about this book is Baron to me and the world. Those are the 2 things that make me like, okay, I think I want to keep going. But I do think I'm going to try book 2 from the library, because if I don't like book 2, then I'm just going to unhaul this copy and cut my losses there. So I think I'm going to just, go that route. And like I say, there was not anything necessarily wrong with this one. I think it's just that I've read better Paranormal this week, so I didn't connect as well with this one. But like I say, Baron is great. I really want to keep reading for Baron. And the world is really intriguing, and I think that's going to be what keeps me going with this one. So that's going to be the end of this vlog for this week. So from here, I'm going to be finishing Season of the Wolf in the next vlog. And then I have 2 Black Dagger Brotherhood books that I'm hoping to get to in the next 3 days, because we have Thursday, Friday, and Saturday left. And this buddy read I only have 2 more days on. So, and I tend to, the writing is pretty accessible for me, so I tend to read those pretty quick. So anyhow, that's kind of my plan here. So anyway, I am really hoping you guys are having a good reading week, whether you're participating or not. And if you're feeling a little slumpy, I hope this video helps inspire you to maybe pick up something new or something outside of what you would normally pick up. So I love y'all, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.